Good evening and welcome to this special Christmas Eve edition of Chevrolet's Inside High School Football. I'm Bill Jones, and what a year it turned out to be in Metroplex area football as 10 area private and public schools combined to bring home state titles. In tonight's show, we wrap up the 05 season with another look at last weekend's state championship action, starting with the Class 5A Division II title game featuring the reigning state and national champions, the Dragons of Southlake Carroll. See how this year's team was able to protect the tradition in this week's cover story. It's a process that begins each and every fall Saturday in Southlake. Youth football at Carroll's Dragon Stadium taking center stage. Kids ranging in age from 5 on up to 12, all taking part in the town's youth football league. It's during these Saturday morning ball games that youngsters get their first taste of the tradition.
You guys get pressure on him, he cannot throw the ball. You got to get some pressure on him. You got to get through these little guys, come on.
You see, unlike in other area youth leagues, in Southlake, there's just one team, as every single team in the league goes by the same nickname, the Dragons. And as these kids grow older, many of them becoming members of the varsity Dragons, they learn what it means to protect the tradition.
Go, Dragons, go!
How are you today? Excellent. How are you, ma'am?
Last Saturday at Texas Stadium, fans filed in to witness the 2005 edition of Carroll Dragons football. Winners of 5 state titles, including 2 of the past 3. Standing in their way on this afternoon, yet another storied Texas high school football program. The Katy Tigers, winners of 4 state titles themselves. This one had all the earmarks of a classic.
High school football is a big deal in Texas, and Katy is one of the premier programs year in and year out, so we're proud to be here playing them today, and I think it's going to be a great game.
Thousands of high school football fans throughout the state agree, as nearly 30,000 fans were on hand to witness this state title game. A fact not surprising to one veteran TV analyst.
No, because I live in Southlake, and I know what it's like. I know how the town gets behind the team, and it's a thrill to be a part of it. It really is. Once you're a fan, you're always a fan, and you better be if you live in Southlake.
And as the players warmed up, their fathers could hardly control their emotions.
Just a lot of excitement. I mean, kind of feel like we're in the Christmas Bowl here with red and green, and we're just excited to be here. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this.
Well, there's a lot of emotion. I mean, it's been such a long journey, and for Southlake to get back to the championship game my son's senior year, it's a real special feeling.
You know, I'm more nervous as a parent because, you know, I don't want it to happen to my baby, man. I want them all to come out safe.
And as game time fast approached, the emotional roller coaster for the dads reached a fever pitch.
I am fired up. We're ready. We're ready.
I wish you were playing. I wish we were playing. Love you, man. Love you too. Go have fun. All right, finish the journey, man. Take it right down now.
Receiving the opening kickoff, the Dragons would do just that, as Greg McElroy would open the game going 3 for 3 through the air, marching the Dragons right down the field in under 3 minutes, putting the first points of the game on the board, hitting senior wideout Corbin Smider from 6 yards out. It would be a lead they would never relinquish. The first half would provide several big plays for the Dragons, both on offense and on defense, as the Dragons take what seemed to be a commanding 17-3 halftime lead.
Oh, man, come on. Let's finish this baby off. All right, buddy. 24 minutes, baby. That's all yours, all right? I know. Have fun. All right, buddy.
Katy would come out of the locker room after intermission looking to turn things around. On just their second play of the half, big play man Will Thompson took this swing pass from TCU recruit quarterback Andy Dalton, splitting a pair of Dragon defenders, and he is off to the races. 60 yards for the score, the Tigers charging back into it. They would manage a field goal on their next drive to pull to within 4 at 17-13. But there's no panic in veteran head coach Todd Dodge, and his offense, led by McElroy, would eventually wear down Katy. First, the senior gunslinger fires this bullet to fellow senior wideout McKay Jacobson. That play sets the stage for history as McElroy again hooks up with Jacobson, this time beating the double team along the sidelines. Jacobson waltzes into the end zone. McElroy breaks the state's all-time record for touchdown passes in a season, his 55th on the year, passing former Dragon quarterback and Class 5A MVP Chase Wasson. Dragons in complete control. And with the passing game clicking on all cylinders, it was soon time for super sophomore Trey Newton to answer the call. Ripping off several clock-churning runs late, Newton carries the ball 19 times, picking up 171 yards on the ground. From there, McElroy would add to his record-setting performance. With the game seemingly well in hand, McElroy would hook up with another senior wideout, Evan Fentress. 33 yards on the pitch and catch. McElroy's 4th touchdown pass of the day, the 56th and final one of the year.
Congratulations, bud. Congratulations. Unbelievable, bud. Unbelievable.
The Dragons wrap up their 2nd straight state title, beating the Katy Tigers 34-20, earning an unprecedented back-to-back mythical national championships.
There's so many great players on these teams. I love every single one of these guys. In the locker room, I told them, I was like, we have 24 minutes together. We got to go out there and make the most of it. And, you know, I'm just so proud of every single one of them.
I'm numb right now. I'm just so proud of these kids. It's a very gratifying feeling to take a, 6 years ago, take a program and have the first group of 7th graders that started the program to come all the way through a 6-year window and win a state championship when they're seniors.
And speaking of this remarkable senior class, they become the first Carroll Dragons class ever to complete both their junior and senior years combined undefeated, in the process avenging the school's lone loss in Class 5A. A 16-15 setback in the 2003 state title game to these same Tigers. For these 55 seniors, things couldn't have ended any better, as their brilliant high school campaign ends with a 32-game winning streak.
I was there in '03, and it was just so painful. I didn't want to go through it again. It was my brother's class that year, and I told him, we're going to get him back, and we got him back today.
We lost 2003, and we saw how those seniors went out, and we wanted to do it a different way. So we came out here and played our hearts out.
Congratulations to the 2005 Southlake Carroll Dragons. Once again, our Chevrolet Team of the Year.